shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. To the right side here, the tight end Thomas. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. This offense has a few playmakers. If they're going to go downfield, they often look the way of Stills.
He loves to run the deep routes, loves to get downfield and make the big catches, and he does it with flair.
2nd and 5. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Look at this, a tight end carry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So Ajayi picking up some yardage, and last year only 187 yards as a rookie.
Well, Lamar Miller's gone to Houston. That opens up more possibilities for him. I think we'll see the full range of his game, running and catching this season.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Ready, 380.
They run again with Ajayi. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They send Stills in motion. They'll try the air now with Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll get 16 yards there, and that'll be good for a Pittsburgh first. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
And wasn't that supposed to be a sweep?
They didn't even get to the outer third of the field. That got blown up quickly.
Normally, when you're calling a play, you're talking about that tackle made, as you said, to the outer part of the field. Ran that one down in a hurry. That's great diagnosis by the defense.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. On the right side, caught by Green. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Offensive starters time. Electric is certainly a word that comes to mind when you talk about Le'Veon Bell.
Love the way that he reshaped his body coming out of college. A bigger, thicker runner while he was at Michigan State. Lost weight, became more of a whippet in the NFL, and now no one can tackle the guy, whether he's running it or catching it.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now a first down carry by Bell. And down inside the 15 he goes. So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 16 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there. 2
yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Cameron Wake may have begun his career in Canada, but in the NFL, he's been one of the top pass rushers since he's entered the league.
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And it's 4th down.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll begin the drive with a Ajayi. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. Here's Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. 20 yards on the pickup there. And the Dolphins have a first down. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll come out in the pistol. Tannehill now. They give to Ajayi. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
3 yards to go on second down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Third and 2, Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. We saw 5 receivers out there, 3rd down from that distance. You had to think quick pass. They were able to get it done.
No doubt about it. Everything went quickly on that play. The processing, getting the ball out, getting it to the proper target, and picking up the first down. Hard to defend. Maybe your only hope is get your hands in the passing lane on the pass rush and try and bat it away.
Brandon Coleman was the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Tannehill now to throw. That is incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion, and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
380, zebra. Dagger. Set 380.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Going deep here for Landry. Got a man, it's Landry. For the Dolphins touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. And I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Fresh set of downs here.
Let's go. Let's fire.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Here's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those.
Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. And the Dolphins offense now ready to go back out on the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
And he's got his man. That's Landry. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play for the Dolphins here on 3rd down. And even 50 yards. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. This is a Ajayi. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially not a center or a guard, if you got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. That's caught. It's Thomas. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. They run with Ajayi. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
On every snap.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Set 380. Set.
Giving to the big tight end on 4th. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, this season's going nowhere. No reason not to go for it. And it's a rare success for them as they keep the drive alive.
They'll try to run with Ajayi. Then he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll give the Steelers a first down. This time, Roethlisberger will throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. And quickly, they get to the line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how...
Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. He's going to wind up and air it out. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Byron Maxwell. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it. And we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Ready! Wide, 20, dagger, dagger!
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The final shot here before the break. Tannehill. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So the 2 teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
But sometimes you just have to take things into your own hands, don't you? I mean, the offense is really struggling in this game. They're the ones keeping things going. They have to continue to play at that level.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down.
Set, wide 20. Wide 20.
Now it's Ajayi. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. They'll send Landry in motion right. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. He's got his man in the crossing route. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
It takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Now Tannehill, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And he finds Julius Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Throwing again is Tannehill. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down. Now it's Andrew Franks on for Miami. And Frank's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
And Green with a catch left side. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. They'll get 16 yards there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback has to slide and find open space to throw.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Every team we ever talk to that continues to run the ball in a game, even when they haven't had much success, all talks about attrition, don't they? If you keep running it, eventually good things are likely to happen. It's been a hard go in this game today, hasn't it?
Yeah, this defense, they met pretty much every challenge in front of them this afternoon.
They're still trying to run the ball, but they're not finding much space.
And here now, it's 2nd and goal, ball on the 7-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Halfback sent in motion. On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. That's caught at the 2. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Martavis Bryant with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
He was trying to get it to Jay Ajayi there out of the backfield. And it's second down.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Dagger!
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Back now in Miami. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down.
Set 380. Dagger!
Tannehill. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Bryant, the lone receiver, left. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Let's go! 1, 9!
Shift together here from the D-line. And they give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
Third down now following the run. They come up in an offset eye. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
On second down, it's Bell. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it second down. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the All-Pro, Navarro Bowman. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The tackle made there by the first-rounder, Artie Burns. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. They give it off here to the tight end. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Two yards to go here on 3rd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 3rd and 2, Tannehill. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver.
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Matt Darr now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Back to throw. It's caught by Bryant. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football. And
now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. And defensively, maybe an opportunity miss there.
No doubt about it. When that ball's out, all you're thinking about as a defender is, this is our chance to make a huge play. Instead, he's able to recover his own fumble. Big sigh of relief, huh?
Yeah, usually those wide receiver fumbles, there's open space around for the defense, but not there. He hops right back on it. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there,
Bryant, the lone receiver, left. He'll look to throw. Complete to Bryant. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. He completes it to Bryant. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
So 2nd and 10 here. He's back to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Throwing now is Roethlisberger. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Dolphins, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Buffalo Bills next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins are winners here as we say so long from South Florida.